Love, love, love. If you find it, never let it go, right? And if that means to move from home, if that means leaving your family and friends, if that means going to a completely different country, learn the language, meet your in-laws in another language, adapt to the culture, we do it anyway because we are dreamers and adventurers, and we know that if you have the chance, you have to grab it with all your heart, right? But what happens when we are there? We moved because of love, and now we are in this new country. What do we do? Join me in this video and I'm going to walk you through the dependence of living abroad, but also to stop feeling or being dependent from your partner. I'm Gabriela Encina, licensed psychologist, and I support expat women to regulate their emotions, make the best and wise decisions for their lives, to improve the relationship with themselves and with the ones they love, and to prioritize themselves. I'm going to talk about the 3 types of dependency abroad and, of course, how to cope with them. Are you ready? Let's go. We find someone, a great, amazing, wonderful woman, man, and we don't want to miss the chance of having a relationship and staying with the person we love. After the culture shock and after dealing with all the adaptation things that everyone deals with when we move abroad, there is something very important that sometimes we don't keep in mind: dependency. When I arrived in Vienna 10 years ago, I didn't know what was expecting me. I knew it was going to be difficult, but I didn't imagine how much. And I struggled with a lot of things. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know, language, culture, distance with my family and friends, starting from zero, and something that I didn't imagine that I was going to go through again is to feel dependent. What are the 3 types of dependency that expats deal with? Let me walk you through them. The first one, of course, is the emotional dependency. Emotional dependency is because our partner, most likely than not, he or she becomes our world. Because we don't know anyone, we don't have a strong support network, we feel lonely, we feel isolated, maybe we don't understand the language, we don't have friends, family there, so our partner becomes everything. And usually we, especially at the beginning, of course, we don't have anything to do, we don't know what to do, so he or she became or becomes the focus of our attention. We wait for him or for her to come home and to talk about our day, and we expect him or her to talk about their day too. And we focus all our attention on them, and that is triggering for the other person usually. He tries or she tries to understand our position, but they have their own problems too. So that creates tension in the relationship, that creates problems of communication, and in extreme cases it can lead to a severe crisis in the couple, in the partnership. And we tend also, because we are struggling with a lot of things, to keep the responsibility to our partner of our emotional stability. If they don't agree to stay with us the whole time or to satisfy our needs the whole time, it can be very triggering for ourselves and also for our partner, because they don't feel good enough or they don't feel capable enough of fulfilling our emotional needs at the beginning. And of course they can't, but we are in a vulnerable state, so this begins like a cycle that sometimes is very difficult to break. That's the emotional part. We need support, we need attention, and we depend on our partner to give us that. Social dependency. We don't have friends, or it's difficult for us at the beginning finding friends because of the reasons that you already know. So our social life is also part of our partner's social life. We meet his or her friends, we meet his or her family, and all our world revolves around him or her. Our social life is also their social life. There is advantage in it because, of course, we have already some friends, not our own friends, but from our partner. And that's great because that helps us cope with loneliness and with isolation. But it can have its downsides too. We may not have the same freedom that we would have if we had our own friends. And financial dependency. We were used to be independent with our money. We did whatever we want. If we wanted to have a spontaneous trip or to buy that beautiful dress or that beautiful outfit without thinking 1 second about that. And then suddenly we have to think about it. And sometimes we don't have enough money or we are afraid to spend the money, so we have to ask our partner. Or we feel that we should ask our partner. And this is very important to bear in mind. It's not about our partner willing to help us financially or not. That's not the case. I'm sure our partner wants to help us. It's about us being used to have our own money and then suddenly not being able to spend our money anymore, but to be in a partnership also financially. And this dependency, this financial dependency, it can generate damages or affect directly our self-esteem and self-confidence. So that's very important to keep in mind and to know that it is something that many expats deal with. So before we go to the tips and suggestions on how to deal with this, I want to tell you 3 things to bear in mind and never forget. This is temporary. It's not going to last forever. This is, especially at the beginning, something that is normal in our expat life. The other thing is you are not alone. Many expats deal with some kind of dependency, if not with the 3 of them. But you are definitely not alone if you're struggling with expat dependency. And it is something that not only will pass, but also you can manage and cope with it. And now I'm going to tell you how, okay? But it is something that you can take the reins of and live the expat life you want, feeling independent again. So we are going now with the suggestions, with the advice, with the tips on how to cope with expat dependency. Number 1, talk to your partner. Communication. That's the most important thing in all this challenge. Communicate with your partner. Be honest with them. Be honest on how you're feeling. Be honest on your expectations, and also let them be honest about how they are feeling about this whole situation. That's surely not easy for them nor for you, but it is important for you to exchange expectations, to exchange feelings, and to find solutions. Number 2, establish daily exposure goals. Do not try to do everything at once. Take little baby steps, but move forward. So if you are afraid to go to the grocery store or to the hairdresser, do little steps towards that goal. Not just go there and see how it goes. Maybe that works for you, but do not put yourself into that situation that can be very traumatic. Okay? So baby steps, little exposure goals. Number 3, build your network as fast as you can. The magic formula to get us out of dependency for the 3 of them is to meet people. Not necessarily to make friends, that can be also a goal within this goal, but to meet people, to expand your network so they know who you are and what you want. If you're looking for a job, or if you want to change jobs, or if you are looking to be an entrepreneur, meet people, spread the word. And maybe in this networking challenge, you can meet friends along the way. Friends, expat friends or local friends, but focus on meeting people. I'll give you some ideas. Facebook groups in the city you are living now, or maybe find a tandem partner, language exchange to improve the language that you are learning and to meet someone as well. Or an NGO, volunteer work. Those are some examples, but there are always networking events, maybe not in your city, but in a city near you. Okay? Expand your network. Number 4, seek help from someone who already experienced what you're experiencing now. A mentor within the expat community, someone who knows how difficult it is to face these challenges, to give you some comfort, some ideas, and also to feel validated, because what you're feeling is valid. Okay? That helps always. Find someone, an expat, a mentor who dealt with those situations. Also, a professional, a coach or a psychologist like me, someone who is trained to help you. Okay? That's also something that I always recommend, of course, because I'm a psychologist, but also because it helped me to cope with these challenges. That's it. I'm really, really looking forward to hear or to read your comments here below. Please comment if you're dealing with something like this, or if you experienced something like this. How did you cope with it? Or do you have any ideas, or do you have questions? Whatever you want to share with me, please do it in the comments. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving thumbs up to this video or to all the videos here in my channel, The Expat Life You Want, to help the algorithm showing my videos to all expats maybe dealing with something like this. Okay? Remember, I'm Gabriela Encina, licensed psychologist, and I support expat women from all over the world. So if you want support, please don't hesitate and contact me. I offer also a 30-minute free consultation so we can see if we are a fit, and I can help you to live the expat life you want. Okay? See you in the next one. Have a lovely one. Ciao.